Hey, Seth David here with another special screencast brought to you right here at blog.bqe.com, and that's blog.bqe.com. And this time we're talking about going to your client with a suggestion instead of a question. I've seen this a lot in the accounting industry where we're looking at a profit and loss like the one you see in front of you here, and we know from conversations with the client, for example, that there's got to be discounts. That discounts are just par for the course. It goes along with the business that discounts are given. And we run the profit and loss, and I see what I'm looking at in front of me, and I think, where are the discounts? If I'm paying attention to details, if I took my notes and listened to the client, I should know to be looking for this. Now, a lot of accountants would stop at this point and ask the client. The problem is the client doesn't have a clue. That's why the client hired the accountant, is to find out and get a clue. So it's sort of, and I'm putting it in the extreme here, but it's kind of a waste of the client's time when you go and ask them about things like this. Better to do the research, figure out yourself what's going on. If you know there's supposed to be discounts in here, then let's check, let's look, let's see if the discounts aren't plainly shown here on the profit and loss. Where might they be? Well, let's see, they're probably buried inside the income. So let's just click on total income and see what we can see here. And I see some negative numbers, right? I see negative numbers that are buried right inside the total sales figure. Doesn't that look like maybe that's a discount? And the way you find out is you click on the item. So I'll click on this negative 495 and see, where is this negative 495 coming from? And here it is. Sure enough, it's coming from an item called discount. Now, without going any further, these products and services, or items as they're called in QuickBooks Desktop, all have to be mapped to an income account. This one clearly is mapped to the sales income account because that's how we just found this, right? In other words, the bookkeeping's not wrong on this. It's just not presented well. So rather than go to the client and say, hey, where are the discounts? I'd rather go to this length, figure out what's going on, and then go to the client and say, hey, your discounts are buried inside your sales number. I think it would be much better presented. Not I think, I know it would be much better presented if we showed the discounts on their own line item on the P&L. There's a number of reasons for this, and we can get into that discussion with the client when the time comes. I'm sure in 9 times out of 10 cases, the client's going to say, yes, of course, please go fix that. But ask them first on the outside chance that you're faced with that 10% where the client is actually aware of this and for some reason wants it this way, right? Never make assumptions. So now that we know where this is coming from, let's confirm. Let's go to the products and services list, and it's really easy to fix and update this kind of thing in here. So here's my discount item. I'll choose edit, and sure enough, the income account is going to is services. Now, we can't create a new account from here, but what I want is I want a sales returns and allowances account in my chart of accounts, and that's where I want this going. So let's go over here to the chart of accounts. New, the type is going to be income, and discounts and refunds given is perfect. We'll call it sales returns and allowances. Sometimes you'll see it called sales discounts and allowances. You can call it sales returns, discounts, and allowances. Whatever is your pleasure. Let's go back to products and services, discounts. We'll edit that. And pay attention to this section right below where I'm updating the account. I'll choose sales returns and allowances. Looks like I actually did already have one. So let's just choose that one without the comma. Notice what it did. It immediately came up with this checkbox asking if I also want to update this in historical transactions. So in a case like this, you definitely want to check that off and click Save and Close. That's going to change all the existing transactions so that now when I run my profit and loss, it should look gorgeous. It should have my sales discounts and allowances, or sales returns and allowances, all nicely carved out here, as you can see it is. So I have 51,970. This way I can see my gross sales and my discounts separately, and I can run this over a monthly interval so that I can see the trend and see if there seems to be a trend of us maybe giving away too much. Maybe there's too many returns. Maybe there's a problem that we can uncover based on having the ability to analyze this month over month, right? If it's going up and up and up, if percentage-wise compared to total sales, that percentage is increasing, that could indicate a problem. Maybe a product we're selling is being returned a lot, and we wouldn't necessarily know that having the returns or an allowances buried inside the sales number. That, my friends, is how you go to your client with a suggestion instead of a question.